How's it going, everyone? It's Lee again from Function Dynamic, and in this video what I'll be doing is answering a question I got yesterday asking whether or not it is possible to create auto number fields inside Zoho Creator that use both letters and numbers. Now, before I go on, I just want to give a shout out to the same commenter who left a separate comment saying that if I continue this way, I'll get millions of subscribers and viewers. And I just want to say thank you both to Shukri and to all you viewers back home. I hope this is interesting. And like always, if you have any questions about Zoho Creator or anything technology related, certainly reach out and I'll be happy to address that. Now, to the task at hand, what I've done is I've set up an empty Creator application right here called AutoNumber. What I'll do is create the form, and I'll just create it from blank and call it my form. So here we are, and let me just go down to the AutoNumber first. Where is it? Right here. So if I just drag this in, we can see that we can specify where it starts from, but we need to only enter in numbers. Now this is a problem. Now you might often see in things like invoices or purchase orders that oftentimes there is a prefix or a suffix. So you might see something like an invoice like EST1. If I try to do this, it'll bark at me and say only numbers. Okay, so the solution to this is by using an additional field. And I think there's a few ways to cut this, but I think the most straightforward and easiest way is to use the formula field, which is right next to the auto number. And we just drag and drop. And setting this up is super simple. And the way we would do this is typing in whatever prefix we want. So we can do prefix plus, and then just click the field you want to increment. So in this case, we just want to add the auto number and with a prefix here. Now, this will essentially just be prefix 1, prefix 2. Now, if I press done, you'll see that it's going to give me an error. Yep, variable prefix is not defined. And this is because if we don't add quotations, it's going to assume that it is a field on the form. And since, as you can see, we only have the auto number field at this point, we need to add in quotes around it. But as soon as we do that, we'll press done, and we can see it works. And you can name this field whatever you want. So let's call this good auto number. And I'll just click out here, push done. And then if we just jump into my form, we can see that it is a blank form just because there's no fields we can actually enter. Because the auto number field, both the auto number field and the formula field are generated automatically by the system. But for this, we can take a look at the report, see nothing there. We can just add a few in. And we can see that good auto number has the prefix. Now, using the formula field also has the additional benefit. So let's say we don't want to have the actual word prefix as the prefix and change it to something. Or later on down the line, if you decide to have another naming convention, you would just go into here and change it. So let's say we want to do est instead. Just push done. And we can see that if we go back to the application, that it will automatically apply. Now there is some latency there, so if you just jump right in, you might not notice it right away like we just saw, but it will go back and apply it. So before I go, let's just show another thing too. It doesn't have to just be prefixes as well. So we can let's jump into here. And it likes jumping out there. And we could add in a suffix as well. So you could wedge the auto number in between any number of strings. Also, we could have variable suffixes as well. So I'll just walk through that. So I'll just put a dash right there as a placeholder. And let's do a drop down. And we'll just leave it as choice 1 or choice 2. And if I go back to here, we can see that it is a new refer field. So we can go down and select drop down, push done, and now we have a modular auto number. So if we go back, we'll probably see that it is dash null. That is because at the time of doing it, we didn't enter it in. So if you want to, but if we, let's say, go here, do choice 1, push submit, we could see that it populates like that. Now, if you're going to use it for an auto number, we definitely don't want to be doing null. So my recommendation for this is, if your use case requires a modular auto number, make sure you set it as mandatory. All right, now that we have the basic functionality in place, we might want to do a little bit of cleanup, because by default, we can, and by looking at this report, we can see that Zoho Creator will, by default, put in any new value in the default report. And in this case, we have the auto number field, which is essentially just a helper to the good auto number field. And so there is some data redundancy here. And to clean this up is very straightforward. We would just, of course, go over to edit this application. And so we're in the quick view right now. We'll go into configure fields for web, and then just we'll delete this field right here. It says that it's saved. We'll press X, and then we might also want to go over to the detail view as well and delete the field from here. And then once that's saved, we'll go to edit this application. We can see that from the list report, we now just have the good auto number field. And when we click in to see the detail view, we can see that it's removed from there as well, which is great. Now, the next thing that we might want to do in some cases, we might want to display this specific field. And this is a little bit, there are some complications in this use case, and I'll walk you through it. So with any auto number field, if we go into the form builder, or with any formula fields, if we go into the form builder, we have this option to make fields visible in the form. And then checking that, and then going into the application, we can see that if we, it now appears visible. And this is great when we edit an application, because we have it right there. We can also see how it automatically applies the formula fields dynamically. So it's good there. But if we go into creation, in this specific use case where we're utilizing an auto number, watch what happens. So we'll select choice 1. It's going to apply the formula. It's going to put null right here. And this is because for auto numbers are only applied once you push submit. So when you're creating it, the first thing you're going to see is null, which is really not so great user experience. But then, like, of course, if we push submit, go into my form report, we can see that it applies there. But if you want to display it, then what you would need to do is essentially create some simple scripts that hide the field. Now, there is another caveat with this. So if I go over to workflow, create workflow. The way we would do this is do it on created and on loaded the form, and we'll just call it hide. Now, I'll show you. Normally with hiding fields, we would just do hide and then just the field name. But I'll show you what happens if we try to save it with hide, not auto number. We call it good auto number. So if I push save, it's going to give me an error down here saying the hide function cannot be applied to this specific field. Unlike, let's say, hide dropdown. If I push save, that works just fine. Now the issue is because it interferes with the functionality built into the formula fields. It already has that hide show. That said, there is a workaround, and I'll show you that. And in this case, it is fairly applicable. We go into design, go into open form builder. We know that we can't apply the hide functionality to a specific field. However, if we can apply hide functionality to sections. So if we create a section up here, throw in the good auto number, and we'll probably just want to remove the header right here, just to make it a lot more seamless. The thing we have to keep in mind when you create the new section is to get the field link name. So in this case, it'll be section 1. I'll push done, and we'll go back to the script and change this to section 1. And even though it has the auto number field, which can't be hidden directly, we can hide the section that contains it. So we've saved it, pushed X, we'll go to done, go to access this application, and we can see it in action. We can see here that there is no auto number on creation, which is great. We'll type in choice 1, push submit. But then if we go over to edit it, we can see that it shows up right here. So this is how you do it. Whether you already have a Creator application, are looking to get started, or just want to have a one-on-one conversation to get pointed in the right direction, always feel free to reach out to us at Function Dynamic by going to www.functiondynamic.com, click the Contact Us link, and fill in the Get Started form. Once filled in, you will automatically receive an email with a link to schedule a time that works best for you. This was Lee from Function Dynamic. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.